Welcome everyone to Nikki Loves Books, and Nikki here, and we got another Bookish box to unbox today. So let's go ahead and get into it. Correction, I said Bookish box. This is the Darkly box. So this is our first Darkly box of 2024. So this will be their adult dark romance box. Of course, we have our typical newsletter, and I was really hoping that they would change this, but they did not. So it does have all the information about what Bookish box offers. They have different choices for what you can get per month. It is one newsletter for both boxes. So you have the Bookish box and then you have the Darkly box. It then goes into the items for the Bookish box of January. And if you're interested in that unboxing, check out my unboxing video for the January 2024 Bookish box on my channel. Then it does go into the items for our Darkly box, which I'm going to skip over for now because I'll be reading that information as I reveal each item in this box. They also include some book recommendations if you end up liking the books of the month, which is always fun. Next up, they highlight some items from the Bookish box shop. They also have some information about a book club, and then they also have their Spotify playlist. Then we get a crossword puzzle that includes sneak peeks for the February boxes, some tips and tricks about how to make good content, and then lastly, information about their Bookish social fan. But most importantly, the theme. So the theme for our Darkly box of January 2024 is Reading After Dark. Our very first item is Crescent City inspired fuzzy socks. Here are our very fuzzy socks. These are super cute. Fuzzy socks add a cozy layer of warmth to your late night reading sessions. With these fuzzy socks inspired by Sarah J. Maas's Crescent City series, designed by the Bookish box. So love these. Socks are always needed during the winter months. Unfortunately, this box didn't get to us until now, which is end of April. So I probably won't be using them for a few months because it gets very warm here, but I'm still very excited to have these. Next, Darkly Embroidered Sleep Mask. Sleep mask, turn the page on restless sleep and cradle your slumbering eyes into literary heaven with this dreaming of books embroidered sleep mask. Designed by Love Little Nikki. This is cute. It's very puffy, so I feel like it's very cushiony. It's a good material that hopefully will not irritate the skin. I have never used a sleeping mask, but I've always wanted to. I really need darkness for me to be able to sleep. Like I have blackout curtains and everything like that. I've always been curious to see if a sleep mask would actually help me, so I am going to try this out. Next, we have Annotation Overlays. So these are just clear post-it notes that you can put inside your book and make notes, and that way you're not writing on the book page itself. Annotation overlays. Say goodbye to getting lost in a sea of annotations and hello to more organized reading journey. These reader-centric annotation overlays feature checkboxes to remind you if the scene was spicy, action-packed, or heartbreaking. Designed by the Bookish box. I do like that you can kind of check mark what is happening in the book. I would definitely need like little post-it flags that just had these on them that I could just be like, oh, this is a love scene, this is a spicy scene, this is, whatever. Very cool idea. Next, we have Darkly Curio Cabinet Pin Corkboard. So it is a corkboard with a design on it, and so this is meant for you to be able to display your pins. Curio Cabinet Pin Corkboard. Create a display that is uniquely yours and give your enamel pins a sanctuary with the Curio Cabinet Pin collection. So do love the design on this. I will say I'm kind of torn about the usefulness of these. So these don't have any backing or anything to hang on the wall. I don't really have any surfaces that I can put these down on and display my pins. So I'm really torn about these. I could always try to put a backing on these and see if I can hang them on my walls, but I'm also not entirely sold on the idea of showcasing my pins. I'm very picky about what goes on my walls, but I do really like this design. So I don't know, I'm gonna consider using this as a display or not. I'd have time to think about it. I have a feeling since we got that, but that Bookish box is doing pins this year. And I was right. So this is Darkly's Cabinet of Curiosities Pin Collection Blind Box. So Cabinet of Curiosities, introducing the first collection of 2024's Cabinet of Curiosities. This month's theme is Fight or Flight. Illyrians, Angels, and Draken. Oh my. We're spotlighting 3 fearsome warriors who've used their impressive wingspan to fly right into our hearts. So we have Nectas from the Flesh and Fire series by Jennifer L. Armentrout, Hunt from the Crescent City series by Sarah J. Maas. And then Rysand. Yes, I know it's supposed to be Rysand, but it will always be Rysand to me. Rysand from the A Court of Thorns and Roses series by Sarah J. Maas. So it looks like the Flesh and Fire series is the rare one, the Crescent City series is the extra rare, and then A Court of Thorns and Roses is legendary. So let's go ahead and find out which one I got. I got Hunt from Crescent City. So that is it for all our bookish items in our new Darkly box. The annotation overlays were definitely useful. The sleeping mask, useful. Fuzzy socks, absolutely useful, and probably those are my favorite items. Like, I love fuzzy socks, especially when it's cold and I'm curled up on the couch with a book. Fuzzy socks are definitely a thing. I wasn't really wowed by anything in this box. Like, if I didn't get these items, I would have been fine with it. But I'm not particularly, like, upset about any of these items. Like, I don't think any of them are shit. So that's a plus. Let me know in the comments below any thoughts about any of the items in this box so far, and if you would find them useful or not. Before we get to our grand reveal, which of course is the book, don't forget to like this video if you want to see me do more unboxings. And our book is Gothicana by Runix. This is a book that I've had on my TBR forever, so I'm very, very happy to have gotten this. Gothicana by Runix. An unusual girl, an enigmatic man, an ancient castle. What could go wrong? An outcast her entire life, Corvina Clem is left adrift after losing her mother. When she receives the admission letter from the mysterious University of Virenmore, she accepts it as a sign from the universe. The last thing she expects, though, is an old, secluded castle on top of a mountain, riddled with secrets, deceit, and death. An enigma his entire life. Vad Deverell likes being a closed book, but knowing exactly everything that happens in the university. A part-time professor working on his thesis, Vad has been around long enough to know the dangers the castle possesses. And he knows the moment his path crosses with Corvina, she's dangerous to everything that he is. They shouldn't have caught each other's eye. They cannot be. But a chill-inducing, century-old mystery forces them to collide. People have disappeared every 5 years over the past century. Corvina is getting clues to unraveling it all, and Vad needs to keep an eye on her. And so begins a tale of the mysterious, the morbid, the macabre, and a deep love that blossoms in the unlikely of places. Sounds amazing. Let's go ahead and get into the details of our exclusive Luxe edition. We, of course, have our exclusive cover, which is very beautiful, very dark academia, beautiful reverse dust jacket art. We have a foiled hardcover case, stenciled edges, which of course match the whole entire book, author signature, and then illustrated end papers. So that is it for all the details of our special edition of Gothicana from the Darkly box. So when do I get to read this beautiful book? It's gonna be a minute. So I'm currently reading the second book in the newest box that I got. Please ignore the sign in the background. I have not updated that. But I'll be revealing those books tomorrow in my unboxing of that new box that I just got, and I think I'm gonna love it. Then after that, I will be reading the book from our Bookish box from January 2024 because I just had that arrive. Then it will depend on when I get my replacement for the book that I got from Owlcrate that was bound upside down. So if that book comes in before I get to Gothicana, then I will read that book first, which is Your Blood, My Bones, which I've been dying to read it, but my book was bound upside down, so I've been fighting with Owlcrate to get a replacement, and they're finally giving it to me. So if that book comes before I get to Gothicana, then I will read that. But if not, I will be reading Gothicana first and then getting to Your Blood, My Bones whenever I get that replacement. So I have a lot of books lined up. I'm so blessed to have this many books, especially special editions. I feel like I just need to spend all my time reading so I can get through all these great books, but obviously have a full-time job. And then I still have to do like real life stuff, like take care of myself, take care of my cats, obviously spend time with my husband. Like there's so many things to do and just not enough time. But as always, thank you so much for being here. Please be sure to like this video if you want to see me do more unboxings. Make sure you're subscribed to join me for all the bookish fun because I'm like, we're going to have more unboxings moving forward. I am officially done with my work project, so now I can throw myself into my Crescent City Book 2 recap, and then I can get back to book reviews. I'm really, really excited for those. Thank you all for always being patient and for joining me on this beautiful journey of books.